So the thing is that this statement is very important, and he has given this, that I don't think we would ever conquer this country unless we break the very backbone of this nation, just quote unquote, very backbone of this nation, which is her spiritual and cultural heritage. And therefore, I propose that we replace her old and ancient education system, her culture. For if the Indians think that all that is foreign and English is good and greater than their own, they will lose their self-esteem, their native culture, and they will become what we want them, a truly dominated nation. Why this thing, why this statement he delivered in the British Parliament is very, very significant, because the problem was not that Lord Macaulay delivered these statements or the speech in the British Parliament. Rather, the problem was that he became successful delivering this statement, and he became, I mean, the British rule became successful to dominate us according to the recommendation of Lord Macaulay. And interestingly, Macaulay recommended a sentence which is highlighted and italicized with underlined. You can see it's written in his minute given in 1835. He mentioned a single shelf of a decent European library was worth the entirety of the native literature of India and Arabia. Look at the contradictory statement, right? So he knew very well that what exactly Indian people have, what exactly they inherit, but he is recommending another thing, that if we'd like to dominate them or would like to, inject the British culture into their mind, so we have to start giving them English education. And recommend by the recommendation of 1835 Macaulay's Minute, we know different universities were set up and English education was started. That's a history, another part of the history, all of us know that. But the problem is that understanding this very fundamental thing, actually what happened, Britishers cut ourselves from our root, and we were so full that we have also been detached from our root very easily, very easily. That is the main problem. Okay. And we have been dominated. I mean, they dominated us almost two centuries, almost 200 years. And of time, what happened? The problem that we have completely forgotten our enriched past. That is the tragedy, actually. So this is not only the statement of Macaulay. Macaulay's Minute is very significant to understand the importance of knowing Indic philosophy and Indian knowledge system. That's why I have referred this thing to all of you. Next, coming to the next statement given by another, ma'am, please go down, next slide. Another statement given by Roma Rolla. All of you know, Roma Rolla is a Nobel laureate and a French philosopher. Roma Rolla, he is a French philosopher in line with Macaulay, as I'm talking about the Macaulay statement given in the British Parliament. In line with that, I'm just uttering the words of Roma Rolla. If there is one place on the face of this earth where all the dreams of living men have found a home from the very earliest days, when man began the dream of existence, it's India. So you can see that what Romarola has told. Another statement is given by Max Muller. Ma'am, please, next slide. Max Muller. This is again important and very noteworthy to understand the context which we are discussing today. Whatever sphere of the human mind may you select for your spatial study, whether it be language or religion or mythology or philosophy, whether it be laws or customs, primitive art or primitive science, everywhere you have to go to India. Just understand and try to understand the importance of the statement, whether you like it or not, because some of the most valuable and most instructive materials in the history of man are treasured up in India and in India only. Now, understand. Uh, Ma'am, please change the slide. Yes, yes, yeah. So I just try to understand this, the statement, what he has mentioned in that particular quote. So why I am referring to these statements of these notable people? Because they understood the importance of our past, of our literature, of our culture, of our language, of our science, philosophy, technology. So where we have, I mean, unfortunately, we have forgotten the importance of all these things at present. So that is the need of the hour, to revive this thing, to revive this inherited knowledge which already we have and we have forgotten. Actually, not forgotten. The external force became successful to cut ourselves from our root, and they become very much successful to do that. So that's why still after this long era of post-colonial era, I mean, this thing has very intensely, I mean, injected that Western culture, Western science, Western philosophy in our mind. Even being an academician, whenever we are going to write a research paper, whenever we are going to write any sort of research project, anything else, still we are fond of collaborating with the researchers, with the scientists from the foreign lands, from abroad. Okay, we are applying foreign theories. I'm not saying that this is not thing. This is a part of our, academic advancement, all these things. But only just simply adding this thing will add some extra flavor or will uplift that. This is not always true, by the way. So what I'm trying to say, just try to understand the flow of my discussion. First, inherit, the living examples are still there in our country, and what these people actually observed about the knowledge system of our country, these things I have mentioned. Next, I'm coming that we are very much fortunate, and I think this is a very good stance of different. Madam, please change the slide. This is a very good stand taken by University Grant Commission, Government of India, Ministry of Human Resource and Development, different, I mean, regulatory bodies, AICTE, or different independent autonomous councils and all. So they have understood that the importance of this subject and why this thing should be incorporated into the formal academic curriculum, so that the forgotten or the buried things could be revived. So according to NEP 2020, National Education Policy 2020, I know that all of you are very much aware of that thing. And one of the important aspect is familiarizing our young generation, our students, with the Indian knowledge system, Indian values, and these, I mean, this inherited uh, culture, inherited spirit, whatever we have already. So people must understand and we must inform. This is a moral obligation that we must inform these things to our students. So NMP also emphasizes this thing, and as a part of multidisciplinary courses, value-added courses, I mean, there are different buckets of courses. All of you know. So Indian knowledge system has been a mandate. This subject has been compulsorily included into different semester, different courses compulsorily, with a major number of credits. Okay, so that's a very good standpoint, and UGC has Ministry of Education, Human Resource, and MHRD department, Education department. They have made different task force. They have made different committee to emphasize this subject, to incorporate this subject. and what should be our standpoint to deliver the subjects among the students. So these things have been well done by these policymakers. This is a good stance actually, and that has created the importance to revive this thing. Ma'am, please change the slide. In a guideline, training guideline on this Indian knowledge system, training of faculty on Indian knowledge system, there is a specific guidelines given by UGC. You will find that this guideline is very much, I mean, this is available on the internet and very popular. So there is a foreword written by the present chairman of University Grant Commission, Professor M. Jagdish Kumar, and he has mentioned very well that we have to transmit that the National Education Policy 2020 lays special emphasis on the promotion of Indian languages, arts and culture, and tries to remove this discontinuity in the flow of Indian knowledge system by integrating IKS into curriculums at all levels of education.